everybody. I'm Kelly Ellers.
I'm Jeffrey Lennon.
And this is Volume Up by the Tease.
Every hairstylist knows there are tools and then there are icons. This month's Hello Salon Pro box with full-size Salon Pro products curated just for you spotlights Denman brushes, the brand that has been shaping hair since Vidal Sassoon's legendary bob. Inside, you'll get 5 must-haves: the D4 Original Curl Definer, the D6 Shower Brush, the D81M Style and Shine Smoother, the D38 Detangling and Styling Paddle, and the D25 Jack-of-all-trades Fantail Comb. Everything you need for flawless curls, smooth blowouts, and polished finishes. Elevate every service and wow every client by adding an icon to your toolkit. Grab your Denman Spotlight box now at thetease.shop for just $34.99 or $24.99 when you subscribe. Denman isn't a brush, it's a full salon revamp.
So, Jeff, I have a question for you. Somebody told me, Unhinged 101.
Yep,
Here we
great.
go.
Let's go.
Somebody told me the other day that they see an aura around me, and they told me what the color was. And I was like, I don't know what that means. And so I had to Google it. And this particular person said, your aura to me, like when I close my eyes and I think of you, I see like a purple, a violet color around you. And I thought that sounds so charming. And so I looked it up. Do you know what it signifies?
I don't, but I
Okay.
did think of in my mind's eye purple for you.
Come
I don't believe in
on.
an aura, but I mean, nobody's going to believe that I was thinking, but I did. I really would. When you were like,
No
and they were,
way.
I was thinking purple. But anyway, keep
Do
going.
you know that purple's like my least favorite color? Like,
I
so
mean, I'm not saying that it's just like, okay, I'm colored by, they have those like stupid photo booths and things where you can
yeah.
like get the picture.
And
And
the
I feel
little
like they're
thing.
always like reddish, purplish. So in my brain, anyway, so purple was what came to me. But tell me what it means, because I
Gosh.
don't
Okay.
know what it,
So the violet aura signifies high spiritual awareness, psychic ability, and a strong connection to a higher consciousness or divine energy.
Hmm.
Individuals with this aura are highly empathetic and can deeply understand the thoughts and feelings of others, which is a good and not good thing
Yeah,
sometimes.
double-edged sword.
But that is definitely it. So, in summary, highly spiritual, intuitive person with a strong connection, and psychic abilities. So, I don't know about that, but like I thought it was really interesting that somebody did see a color,
Yeah.
and
I
you
mean,
saw
that
the same.
description's pretty accurate. I feel like, well,
It
minus
is.
the like psychic. I don't know if you're psychic.
I
But I feel
don't.
like the other stuff like
I've
fits.
been manifesting a lot lately, so
That's what I mean. Yeah. It sort of fits in that like spiritual woo-woo
yeah,
realm, which is like very California of you for a Midwesterner.
it is. I'm just opening up my horizons. Here I go.
Your
I'm gonna
chakras.
think about what color you are.
Do we
I mean,
have like is it like a real spectrum? Because again, I'm saying
yeah,
my frame of reference is almost always like those like rosy red, like
right.
red to
Those little
purple.
bloops.
But do they like go the whole, like, is there much
Well,
more?
yeah, it's primary colors: red, green, purple,
Oh,
black, silver, pink, indigo, brown, rainbow, yellow, blue, white, and gray.
hmm.
I mean, I kind of this electric blue kind of gives me your vibe, but again,
I was gonna say,
I don't have
I feel like blue
um
could work.
okay, the blue color represents spirituality, peace, calmness and tranquility. It evokes water, an element that increases serenity among people who live near water.
Hmm.
Blue implies trustworthiness and steadfastness, which yes and yes, two qualities that are desirable in this aura. I mean, you are very trustworthy and you are very steadfast.
Well, thank you. I think
Yeah.
those things work. The other stuff
Okay.
maybe not, but I don't know.
Anyway,
Yeah.
just a little
Okay.
something.
Huh.
Okay, so me walking around with my purple aura just sat
Yep.
down on stage on Monday at the Beauty with a Purpose event,
You sure
and
did.
it was awesome. And you know what, Jeff? This came full circle because on the stage there was a purple carpet, and the brand is like pink and black,
Yeah, not
and the
purple.
lighting was kind of purple. So I was like just stepping right into that.
Right into your power.
I was, and it was
As a
awesome
moderator.
as a moderator for the Ulta Beauty panel, and it was so fantastic. So it was great. I was so excited to be invited by the Ulta team to moderate the panel, and we told our stories. And here's a little bit of a spoiler. If you were there, I think I deserve a little pat on the back because let me tell you something. We had one question we were going to ask each one, and they were
Hmm.
supposed to go for like 9 minutes apiece. Jeff, Bianca got done talking, and I looked down at the teleprompter
Hmm.
counter.
Hmm.
There were 18 minutes left. And so your girl
Flexed.
flexed her little journalism muscle
Hmm.
and I freestyled the whole time.
And
And it was like, it was a little unhinged, which I was super excited about. And
that's the
then
way to go.
I was hoping that like I wasn't doing anything wrong regarding Ulta and like the
Hmm.
corporate standards. And I
Obviously.
passed with flying colors. And I also did a tease quick takes at the end.
My favorite part.
Thank the Lord that I had many more extra quick takes because we needed each one. And I ran that clock down. I ran that right down to zero and the applause started. Did you know that I always wanted to be a talk show host? And I think this is proof that I can come on cue, I can ad lib, and I can pay attention to time.
All things that you do need in order to be a successful talk show host. I
Yeah.
mean, I did not surprise me that you killed at this. I do love that the tease quick takes were
I know, same.
brought up. I mean, like, and the answers, we did a little bit of a snippet of it for social. So if you've not seen, you should go and see what these people have to say. The panelists really delivered on some
They
answers.
delivered.
Yeah, no, I thought it looked like so much fun. And it was such a good cause. So, I mean, Beauty
Yes.
Gives Back, such an important thing for our industry. And so many people were there from so many different
Yeah.
brands.
A lot of
Uh,
students, which is awesome. Let's inspire them, right?
Let's get them in, have them jazz about this industry. I mean, I'm so happy that you were able to be there and that it went well.
It went fantastic. Okay, enough about us. Let's get into our celeb photos of the week. Follow along on these looks with us by either checking out the show notes or on our Instagram where they will be posted. So, first click, Jeff. Let's open her up.
Oh yeah. No,
All
I
right.
mean, yeah.
Here we've got, who do we have? I mean, I think you have a soft spot for this one.
Who do we have? So we're looking at Parker Posey, everybody, in a totally unhinged dress, which I think like just needs to be
Yeah.
said. Like it doesn't.
Mhm.
Obviously, we're not going to be talking about the dress, but I think that it adds to the overall sort of look. No.
The
Um,
hair,
well, I mean, the
it
dress
does.
with the
I
everything
mean,
else.
and Jeff, it's purple. It's lavender.
Yeah. Is it calling to you?
It's calling to my soul. But explain it. Actually, I'll explain it. So we've got a deep dark red, sort of blunt-ish bob with a little bit of flick at the
Hmm.
end,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And I think the color is absolutely stunning. What do you think?
I mean, I'm obsessed with Parker Posey. I think she can do no wrong.
Really?
This, I mean, oh yeah, no, I've always been a huge fan. I just
But
like
tell
there's
me
something
why. I don't know. Tell me why.
the like zaniness of
Okay.
her. I
All
like
right.
truly respect that she's done her
She's
thing
in. Yeah.
for, because I feel like men in Hollywood get to be themselves a
Hmm.
lot.
Yeah.
And like they
Good point.
play different iterations of themselves and whatever. And like women, I don't find that to be the case. And she's just like so singular in her
Yeah.
approach to
That's
acting, the
true.
projects that she does, but then also like her fashion. And I loved her book. So yeah, the color I think is what is like throwing me so much. I feel
Okay.
I associate her so strongly with being a brunette. And so like
Yeah.
this auburny thing, I don't necessarily love, but I like the cut. Like I think that a bob, everybody looks good in a fucking bob.
I
Like
know
that's where
with
I'm
the
at.
flick at the end.
Yeah.
And, it's very youthful. I think it
Hmm.
looks incredible
Hmm.
on her.
Hmm.
And to me, it's hard to have this color of hair with a light purple, but I think
Yes.
that the tones go together. And so
Th-
I think that's kind of the magic of it.
okay. Look at you. I
Yeah.
thought you were going to go in a different direction.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a lot of contrast.
Yeah.
But I really do. Like, if I'm just looking at the hair, isolating it from everything else, I really like the cut. I like the styling. I like a lot. The color is not my favorite, but I mean, this is like a solid 8 for me just because I
Okay. Yeah.
so
I was
enjoy
going to go
her.
7. There you go.
So before we go on to the next person,
Yeah.
do you or do you not think that she looks like Tracy Cunningham?
I think she looks like a lot like Tracy
Like if
Cunningham.
Tracy Cunningham
Absolutely. Did a
chopped off
bob.
her hair, like
100%.
we're looking at a dead ringer.
We
Found her
are.
doppelganger.
Woo,
Tracy, you're
I love
welcome.
that. Hey, not a bad one.
No,
Jeez.
it could be worse.
And Tracy is beautiful and lovely
Obviously.
as can
Yes,
be,
yes, yes.
obviously.
Okay. All right.
All right.
So we're looking at Britt Lauer. Again, some of these
Mhm.
character actors where you know their face, but you don't necessarily know the name
Totally.
and or having to say it out loud. Like that is
Yeah.
unfortunately what doesn't work here. No disrespect to her. So again, Severance. If you watch Severance, you know her.
Oof. Yeah.
What
Oof.
are our thoughts on this look?
Yeah. So to me, she's got a short side swept bang and
Micro
kind of
fringe
a
baby.
Yeah, kind of just a slick back kind of ponytail after that.
Hmm.
I mean, it's pretty
Hmm.
simplistic look, and it's a beautiful kind of mahogany color, which is complemented by her beautiful kind of crimson red
Hmm.
dress. And so for me, not everybody can pull off that bang, but she definitely can.
Oh, for sure. Like very sort of Audrey. Oh my God, what is her
Oh, it
fucking
is
name?
Hepburn, Audrey
Yes, Audrey
Hepburn.
Hepburn. It's
Hmm.
very much like in that sort of
Very.
50s for I really like a micro. I mean, who doesn't? Of course I like a micro bang. I think it looks so good. It's so exciting to see someone actually do it, like to
Yeah.
be
And rock it,
dedicated
not just
exactly.
like,
Like
whoops.
competently, it is very much a part of the look. You're right, like it's very elegant, but I really like this. This is like a 9 for me. I think
It's a
it's
9 for
really,
me
really
too.
strong.
It's real strong. Kudos to the
No
styling team.
fuss. The thing that was interesting about this Emmys, particularly like the red carpet hair, was like effortless, kept being thrown around.
Yeah.
But it really what like people did not go full out. Like it was not a
Yeah.
situation of like super, super slick, sleek, tight, controlled
Hmm.
stuff. And I'm sort of liking that there was some room for
Yeah.
breathing this time. Like definitely more
Maybe more
individuality.
in the fashion too, right?
Yeah.
Like the outfits were showing more versus the hair being
Yeah.
kind of the standout. So
Yep.
I love that too. Okay,
And
next
then
up.
then the trend, literally what I just said goes out
Uh
the door with
the
this one.
trend, here we go. Kristen Kish. How do we
Yeah.
know Kristen Kish?
How do we know? Top
Yeah.
Chef,
Oh,
host, Padma
I'm not a
Lakshmi,
top chef
RIP.
gal.
I mean, she isn't a top chef gal either. I'm just gonna say that. I don't know that she should be the host. I think that it's pretty well understood that she's not filling Padma Lakshmi's
Yeah,
shoes.
Padma's pretty
I mean,
solid.
and also like hair goddess, like
Yeah.
fashion. Anyway, so back
Okay.
to Kristen Kish.
Yeah,
What do we
we've got
got?
a pretty tight cut. Maybe even a fade. Would you say a fade?
I don't know what's happening.
It's a tight micro
This
cut
is
and
her
with a little
look.
bit of longer on the top side swept with a kiss curl in the front and
Yeah,
super dark hair.
yeah.
Um, I don't mind it. I don't think you're gonna like it, but I think it
No.
looks good. But what's pushing me over the edge is I love menswear on women,
Yeah.
and
I
she's
mean,
got
this is great. It's a
I
great
love it.
look. I find she's so sticky. Like
This is a little too
yeah, it
much.
doesn't
Yeah.
translate like it's camp almost, but not in like
Yeah.
a she's in on it. Like
Yeah.
it's like self-serious. I
Uh-huh.
don't this does not work for me.
Okay.
This
Well,
seems like she's gonna go and ask somebody questions on the red carpet maybe versus being on the red
yeah.
carpet.
And
I
like
just
the
don't like it.
accessories too, like you don't
It's a
need that
lot.
big kind of
Right.
lapel diamond, and then with the watch popped
Yeah,
out,
the
it's like
blinged
too
out.
on the nose. It's on
Yeah.
the like we get it, but
I'm
like
like
too far
we are all about the queer representation and gender expression.
for
Like
sure.
whatever you want to do, like let's fucking do that. But the hair, I just it's so
I'm giving the hair a 5, and I know it's not going
I'm
to be
gonna
that
give it
great
like a
for you.
2.
All
I'm
right.
not into this. It's literally everything I do. It's so like the slick and the it's
And
so
the kiss
much.
curl is
It's
not. Yeah, you're not.
so much.
All right.
Sorry. Sorry,
Overdone.
not sorry.
Sorry.
And that's what
Anyway,
it was.
that's all she wrote on that. Okay.
As always, we've got this week's top beauty stories that you need to know about. So let's get into, I mean, I think everybody knows, unless you've been living under a rock, it was Emmys and it's New York Fashion Week.
Hmm.
Like, inescapable in our world. So
Yeah.
many different players and brands are activating and doing stuff. So that brings us to this, which is what?
Hmm. Which is the cut covered What's in Our Beauty Editor's Fashion Week bag. And notice that Wisconsin accent bag.
You said it.
You thought it. Anyway, she has a little bit of Touchland Power Mist sort of hand sanitizer, the
Hmm.
Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Setting Powder, which I agree, super strong nail glue, which is smart because you can't be going around with like a
Yeah.
missing
Yep.
and at all. A little bit of travel, nude New York, the Weekender travel shape tape. We got a little lip liner, and that we got a lip liner. We got a little bit of MAC matte lipstick. We've got a whole host of things here. I
Hmm.
won't go into each one, but my question is, Jeff, what do you think would be in my bag?
This is quite a bag. I gotta
And
like,
this isn't a bag. This is a tote
yeah,
bag. This
like
is a
what are like
duffel bag.
we right, like you're not bringing this
You've
to the
got
shows.
peptide face
Like
mist
this
in
is what
here.
you are bringing in. It's like chilling in the hotel room, and
Yeah,
I
or
mean,
it's in the car. It's
so
in the
and the reason that
car.
I'm saying it in this way is like, how the hell you're gonna bring everything to the hotel room like that? You check a bag and bring your biggest sample. There's no. I feel like what's in your bag? A
It's a
lipstick,
small
a
bag. Like
powder.
it's a tiny.
Yeah.
You can't bring a big old bag.
No, what? No. Yeah. So I feel
Okay,
like you've got the essentials. Like you're not bringing nude travel shape tape in
I've
your.
already shaped the tape. The tape's already been
Well, so
shaped.
that's what I'm getting. Just to say, like, if you've got this in your bag at the show, like, you're really risking a lot, aren't
You're
you?
not all
Like, if you're,
taped in already?
that's what I'm like. That's you're playing with fire.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So I feel like again, like the makeup essentials. Are you bringing a fragrance to go?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, you are.
However, yeah, but not the bottle. Have you ever seen those tiny
Oh yeah.
little diffuser little
hmm
things that you pump your own
hmm
into? Absolutely. That's in every single one of my bags. Yeah, I have
Interesting.
multiple of those, but I only have 1 scent, so it's not like I have to pick and choose.
Yeah.
It's Joe Malone saffron, if you're asking. Definitely blotting sheets, right? I would
Sure. That makes
have
sense. Total sense. And it's
a
discreet. That's an
yeah,
easy thing you can just pop in and pull out
compressed
and
powder to
yep,
just because I don't like any
any shine.
shine. No, hold
Whereas
on
I
one
want to
second.
be slick.
You want to be as dewy as possible. I want to be like flat as whatever.
hmm
I've got a lip, I've got Laneige lip
hmm
slip in there,
Yeah,
and then I've
which makes
got
sense.
a Tom Ford, which I actually have right here, and this is called Casablanca, which I love the Tom Fords.
Mhm.
And then I've got gum,
You do
maybe
always
some
have a gum.
mints.
Yep.
And the one thing I was
Those come
thinking
in clutch
about,
though. You do like a mint. That's what. How is this
right?
not? There's no mint, no gum in this bag.
No, she's got a full paddle brush
She's
in
not
there. Like
talking to
what?
anyone. You're not backstage with the talent and or like
Yeah.
what?
The one thing I decided that I do need in a bag is a tiny, tiny hairbrush
Mm.
because I was at this tailgate for
Okay, a bit of a departure
for a
from Fashion Week.
football
Yep.
game. And I was like, hey, does anybody have a hairbrush? And they were like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, who has a hairbrush? And they were like,
Mm.
nobody. And I was like, oh,
Hmm.
I don't know. So
Hmm.
I guess I need a hairbrush in there too.
Well, Olivia Garden makes that style up brush. You could
Uh-huh.
just click. Boop. I feel like, yeah, hairbrushes are that's a tough one.
Just a tiny one.
When you say it like that, it makes me think of, do you remember those little ones that would like pop out where it would be like a little
100%. That's exactly what I'm
those are
looking
trash.
for.
Nobody wants that. Hmm. Yeah, this gives
Anyway,
me pause. This is one of those things where obviously it's clickbait. This
I
is
think it's
not,
sponsored. Sorry, the
yeah,
cut.
yeah, yeah. Which like no disrespect. We're all about people getting their bag, but this is like we got a
Too
lot
much.
of shit in here. This is again, what are you
Like her
doing at
shoulder's gonna hurt.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, you're not schlepping that. Like
oh, and
that's
a battery chart, maybe a little slim battery chart,
yes,
like a phone
that
charger. These
yes.
are more essential than the tape, than the body
Yeah.
tape.
The body tape and yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like if you're fully working out of the bag and you're like never going back to the hotel like that. Yeah, I'm like going through all sorts of
Uh-huh.
hurdles to make sense
Yeah.
of this one. Sorry.
Okay. We call
Sorry.
pass. Anyway.
Well, this is actually a pretty good segue into another thing that I'm struggling with. But I want you to
Same.
tell me more about it
Okay.
because I know you've got stronger, well, maybe not stronger. You've got opinions too.
Oh, I have them. So, legendary hairstylist Guido Paulo launches shampoo and conditioner with Zara.
hmm
And let me tell you about this journey for me. Okay. Zara's been crushing it recently. So I got
hmm
a little furry, fuzzy, cute jacket. And I go, I'm going to see what else they have. I go on the homepage and I go, what? Shampoo? What? Conditioner? And I thought I must be on the wrong site.
hmm
And I was not because Zara's doing it. They're getting into this game. And I could not disagree more.
Yeah. I mean, so we talked about this. I mean, the hair care line is not new. What is new are these SKUs that we've got.
Yeah.
So we've launched, what is it? It looks like it's the sixth collection. And
For Zara? I've
yeah,
never, oh,
yeah,
wow.
Zara hair. Well, again, we a million, and it came and it went. But apparently, six collections deep later. We've got a curl conditioner, curl shampoo, and curl mask, which like love to see it.
Yeah.
I think like you are getting at what I'm getting at, which is
Yeah.
I don't associate. So I know like
Nor
there's
should
Zara
you.
Home,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
a
That's
Zara
a kind of a
hair.
stretch
Well,
for me
that's
too. Like,
yes,
yeah.
it's a stretch, and I'm not
Stretch.
stretching into hair care. I'm just not.
I
It's
just
like
can't
not.
imagine being like, boop, I'll take one of those. I think my hair
Yeah,
would like yell at me from the
with
checkout
like your
line.
knockoff whatever.
I know.
And then you like walk over and you're like, oh, well, get my shampoo
It
while I'm
just
here. Like
can't be
it's a,
good. We didn't need this in our lives, Zara. There's a couple things that you're crushing it at, but this one was not
yeah.
one of them. So
Yeah,
leave it to the
yeah.
pros and the experts, shall we?
Well, and he is. This is the thing. It's so,
I know,
like,
but it's
I'll say
so
something
on
a
the
little
nose too.
controversial.
Okay.
Why? I mean, first of all, I'm sure that they paid handsomely. And
Of
I
course.
love that for Guido. Like, I want to just be,
Same.
again, we
He's
want
getting
everybody to get
his.
their bag.
Yeah.
And good for you.
Good for you.
I feel like we maybe are spending a little bit of our political capital
Ooh.
by
Ooh.
partnering with them. We could probably have a semi-successful line by ourselves, or
Indeed.
parlay
Hmm.
your incredible skills with other more established, less risky brands.
Ooh.
You know,
Yee. Yeah. I got you. I
I
hear
just,
you loud and clear.
I mean, I'm saying it. It's fine. It's not you. I'm just,
Yuck. We say
this,
yuck.
yeah, we say,
Ugh.
"Ugh." But literally having just said that, if you've tried Zara hair
Hit us up.
products, let
And you
us know.
still have
Because have
hair.
you heard
Like,
of anyone, like literally in the years that it's been out, besides Guido, and again, no
no,
shade, only respect,
no.
is anybody else
Anyone.
using it? No,
Let's hear it if you're
not.
using it.
Yeah,
Prove us
let us
wrong.
know.
Prove us
Yeah,
wrong.
I'm happy to be wrong.
You know what?
Wouldn't be
Let's
the
hear
first
it.
time.
No, and we are kind of, we've got our opinions. Here's something that this interview, I'm just going to put it out there, was one
Mhm.
of my top favorite interviews of all the years.
And that's saying something because we've
It
talked
really
to
is.
a lot of people, a lot
It
of
was
characters.
fascinating. I could have went on and on, but this week I'm talking with Zenagen creator and founder Jared Reynolds. Reynolds first began searching for hair loss solutions as a medical student when he noticed his hair was thinning and shedding. Through his medical studies, Jared learned that high-quality nutraceutical ingredients and an advanced delivery system were key to creating a truly effective, natural, and easy-to-use hair care product. Whew. Make sure you subscribe, rate, and review, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at Read the Tease, and send any questions to volumeup@thetease.com.
But before we get there, let's talk Tease Beauty news. As I said, look, everything is Emmys, New York Fashion Week, and so we're going
Yeah.
to talk about it because we'd be remiss if we didn't. First up is an article called Mustafa Yanez brings hair hats to the Colina Strada Spring Summer 26 New York Fashion Week show. Last season, it was horns, and there's a link, so you should go and check that one out because it's
I
really
wasn't
good.
expecting that.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. This season, it's hats. Hair hats.
Hmm.
Editorial hairstylist and lead Mustafa Yanez brought irreverence and drama to the Colina Strada Spring Summer 2026 runway show at New York Fashion Week again. Yanez, working with Bumble and Bumble, tells the tease, quote, for this season, the hair was about playing with contrasts and structure meeting spontaneity. We worked with two types of hair hats, crocheted beanies and classic baseball caps, each with their own distinct styling approach. He added, quote, what made this collection special is how every look felt both crafted and raw at the same time.
Hmm.
The Bumble and Bubble products let me push each texture exactly where I wanted it, from rebellious volume to understated shine. Head to thetease.com to learn more, to see these hair hats that we're referring to. So, my question, Kelly,
Yeah.
there were two.
Yeah.
Which one would you actually wear?
Oh, okay. Let me think on this. Hold on. Let me look.
I mean, what I'm saying is you have to wear one. That because I feel like
Okay.
you would not wear a hair hat, let's be clear. But if
Yeah, I
you
think it's kind of a stretch, but
had to,
I'm definitely going with the crocheted one. The
yeah.
baseball cap one is too, I mean, it's pretty creepy. It's like your
Mhm.
whole head is a baseball
Mhm.
cap and there's hair.
I
But
mean,
here's what
kudos to the
I
team,
mean,
but
I mean, this is artistry, right? And we all have a high respect for this kind of creativity and artistry. And here's what I love too. It's just not like a slick back
nope.
ponytail. The hair is also a focus of the fashion. And
Mhm.
I think that elevates our pros to a different level.
Absolutely. I'm so happy to see Mustafa
Yeah.
and Kalina Strada working together again. Again, we talked about the
So
hair
good.
horns last time, which we saw him making. He's so forward thinking. and exciting, and like their design similarly. So
Yeah.
it's just like a really good pairing. I'd love to see when it happens. And I kind of want to see the hair hats in real life.
I kind of
I
would
would
like
wear
you in
it.
the baseball cap. I kind of like
Oh
that.
no,
Like
those
you're
so
just like, but maybe
creepy
you're just like walking the gals to school and they're like, "What's up with your
with like
dad?"
the
Like,
pink hair hat. That's the
I mean, it is San Francisco.
yeah. I mean, stranger things have happened.
Indeed.
Yeah.
The tech bros would be like, "What?"
Yeah, what the
Okay.
yeah. I mean that's like literally every day when I'm taking kids to school anyway. Like what? But yeah, okay. All right. What do you
All
have?
right. All right. Next up is how Mandy Tauber created those epic fishtail braids for the Dauphinette Spring Summer 26 runway show. The Dauphinette SS 26 runway show was one of New York Fashion Week's buzziest. The collection investigates the quote side effects of womanhood, incorporating their signature ephemeral and upcycled materials and marking a pointed transition in the brand's trajectory. Not to mention the ornamental beetles. Yes.
Yep.
Orbe
Yep.
principal artist of global design, Mandy Tauber, used Orbe products to create an evolution of looks, beginning with structural armor like styles and ending with freer, more ethereal styles. Olivia Chen, Dauphinette's founder, says, "We wanted the hair to reflect the tension within the collection, even as the Dauphinette woman frees herself. She wrestles between elongated, trapping braids and fully liberated hairstyles. Head to thetease.com to get the look." Jeff, another true piece of artistry, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like again,
Mm-hmm.
hair forward with the
Mm-hmm.
fashion. I love that it was so heavily incorporated in the show, and this would have been one I would want to go to.
Oh, 1000%. 1000%. I was so interested in this whole collection. Obviously the hair look that we've got the how-to for is the fishtail braid, which like I don't love a fishtail braid,
Yeah,
but I do enjoy the sort of hero one with all of the beetle appliques. But no, this whole show was so thoughtful.
fantastic.
And Elon Musk's daughter was walking. So, I
Ooh.
mean, that's fun. Something different. So, I'm all about it.
I love it. Great work.
Thank you so much to our contributors and our editors for this week's beauty news. And don't forget to check out more stories like these on thetease.com.
Next up, my interview with Jared Reynolds. Zenagen creator and founder Jared Reynolds first began searching for hair loss solutions as a medical student when he noticed his hair thinning and shedding. Through his medical studies, Jared learned that high quality nutraceutical ingredients and an advanced delivery system were the key to creating a truly effective, natural, and easy to use hair care product. Jared, welcome to Volume Up by the Tease. We're super excited to have you today.
Thank you very much.
You're the creator and founder of an incredible brand, but we want to talk first about we're going to go back to the beginning. What initially inspired you to pursue a career in, and I'm not going to say the salon professional space, I'm going to say medicine. Talk to us about that.
I have a more of a biochemistry, molecular biology background. I went to college, got a biochemistry, molecular biology
Okay.
degree. Decided at that point I wanted to go into medicine. So I went to medical school and I started to research anti-inflammation aspects of drugs. And I learned dermatology rotations, surgery rotations, psychiatric rotations, you name it. And I took a lot of the learnings from biochemistry and some of my background, a lot of the medicine learnings, and ended up rolling it into the beauty industry. Product development is probably my main specialty,
Okay.
and I own multiple brands in beauty, but they all have a research and molecule background that we create that ends up being in our products, which is a little different
Wow.
than most
Yeah.
brands out there. So
Yeah, that's incredible. I mean, true foundational from that research and development perspective. Did you know you wanted to get into beauty, or did it just kind of parlay into that subject matter?
no, I was not interested in the professional beauty world when I first got exposed to it.
Okay.
I really started having hair loss and hair shedding myself personally.
Okay.
Um, and then while I was in medical school, I started to look at different ways to help myself and my own need. I tried a couple different drugs, and I had not the best side effects with them.
Okay.
And so I started to look at like, how can I stop my shedding? How can I have my hair be thicker? How can I personally stop this process as best as I can? ended up going and looking at a lot of different treatments, vitamins. I looked at drugs, looked at laser light therapy, looked
Yeah.
at just about every protocol you could imagine.
Okay.
And then I started to research how topical absorption works and different
Mm,
ways you can try to target shedding and hair loss, hair thinning. So I ended up focusing on research, discovered the world of plant-based molecules essentially,
mm,
and then combined a combination of biochemistry, the medical background, the actual disease underlying aspects of the hair and the scalp. And I just started to really look at how products can be made that can benefit the hair and scalp in ways that are really, really strong in terms of the benefits, but also really safe. And try to using as much natural things as we can, maybe extracting them in ways to make them more efficient or better for whatever we're trying to do. Whether it's a hair that's breaking and we're trying to figure out how do we reduce this breakage, to a scalp that is inflamed and maybe has dandruff. There's a lot of different ways we look at the product and the solution, but it's all because of something that I needed. I didn't expect to be in
yeah.
this industry. If there was a brand that I felt was as good and as clean, as beneficial for my shedding at the time when I started my company, I probably would have just been a customer of that.
Huh.
It really took a need for myself to then start to pivot away from the medicine into beauty.
Wow. I mean, that's a pretty big pivot, right?
Yeah, it's a
Um,
huge pivot.
were you like, 2 questions. What was the time frame on this? What year did this, like, your initial, like, "Wait a second, I'm gonna start researching this because I'm experiencing this for myself."
So it was about my first year of medical school is when I
Okay.
started having the issues. I started to look at the formulation, the plant-based chemistry, the things that we do. I started to do that about 6 months later.
Okay.
And then I invented a lot of different attempts to try to find a scalp treatment. I looked at everything. So there were some trials that I did
Okay.
before creating the first version, and then there was probably 40 versions between the first and my first
Wow.
formal commercial one.
Okay.
And since then, we've upgraded our technology about 6 times, and I've been in business about 15 years.
Okay.
Um, so it took about 5 years of development to get to our first or second commercial grade
Okay.
product. Uh,
So, you were doing this concurrently while you were going to med school?
yeah, yeah,
Wow.
I
Okay.
was working, I was in medical school 40 hours a week, studying another 30 hours for the medicine side, and then I would squeeze in maybe
Wow.
20 to 30 hours. And I didn't have any manufacturing background. I've never had
Yeah.
any business building background. I initially started my company as a holding company for my research. I didn't
Okay.
start it as a brand company. I just knew that I was inventing things that maybe one day I would license out to people.
Okay. Okay.
Um, and then eventually, I ended up getting a variety of contacts in the pro beauty space.
Okay.
I learned and I became a consultant for a couple different beauty brands that were in the beauty treatments, the keratin straightening, the
Mm.
Brazilian straightening type world.
Yeah.
And I didn't know anything about the pro beauty space. I didn't know distribution, margins, trade shows, education. And so they taught me a lot about how the business works on the professional side. And then I made the jump from medical school into um, a brand owner. I created a brand called Zenagen, which launched in 2010, I
Okay.
believe. So it's been out about 15 years.
Alright.
Started with one product. It was a shampoo for men because
Okay.
I needed it for myself. So I
Mhm.
was the first guinea pig. I ended up doing different trials along the way. Created a women's product. That shampoo is now the number one selling female. No, it's the number one selling professional thinning hair product in North America
Come
for
on.
2025. Yeah, that SKU. So
Yes.
we have a lot of salons now,
Yep.
but over the years we've built up a lot of different sales by education and just word of mouth. Not a lot of advertising and not a lot of
Wow.
marketing.
Wow, that's incredible because, it's probably, I don't know if it's frustrating to you or maybe you welcome the competition, but I feel like so many brands have jumped on the bandwagon of like the hair thinning and loss game and like the
Mhm.
scalp, detoxing, and it seems like
Yeah.
it's much more mainstream now.
Yeah.
But you were doing it in 2010.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice to have it be more of it's a larger area of awareness and it's
Yeah.
also a larger business now. So I'm glad that there's more people in the space. Used to be maybe two or three brands. Now there's probably, I can think of 10.
Yeah.
May not all be professional, maybe a mix, but yeah, but the awareness from customers also, the category of shedding and thinning
Mm-hmm.
has been more easily talked about in the last 10 years than before that. And women specifically, like my number one customer, and what we're really, really good at is like a woman who is menopausal
Mm-hmm.
and having issues with shedding and hair loss, women that are postpartum that
Yep.
are having issues, and then a lot of like weight loss, either the drugs or even like post-COVID type shedding.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
We got known in these like weird categories that normally people wouldn't talk about, but when they have their hair start falling out and they find something that stops it, they're more willing to talk about it, which has helped a lot of our business.
Yeah.
And our products are all they're professionally developed and our formulas are like very, very hard to make. And
Okay.
they're made to make the hair not have any kind of issues post coloring. They're
Okay.
like very, very naturally developed, but they're also good at cleansing. So it helps with some of the aspects. So a woman that goes in and is menopausal, but is still getting her hair colored and will forever, doesn't want that product to irritate the fine hair that she has. And she doesn't want a product that uh, the color comes out or fades very much. So we have I guess I would consider us the premier salon professional brand for like the higher end hair care world. And we
Love
we
that.
don't try to go down and to the Walgreens where people are using products that maybe not be the best for the scalp and the hair.
Got it. That's awesome. Congrats
Well,
on your
thanks.
success. Again, the awareness, COVID, weight loss, all of those things, all of those factors working in the brand's favor. And the
Yeah.
fact that you're the number one is incredible. Talk
Yeah.
to me about the fusion between beauty and science. So you talked a little bit about like the research and discovery process, but
Yeah.
maybe double click into that or how you said you've updated the technology 6 times since you've
Yeah.
launched. It seems like a continuous
Yes.
journey.
So a lot like cell phones in terms of
Mhm.
manufacturing for ingredients. So every 3 or 4 years, I'm guessing you probably upgrade your cell phone
Yep.
because there's a lot. Your camera's either broken, which is what mine. That's why I upgraded mine. But there's a lot of people that like the faster processors or the larger screens. Over the years, it's become some molecules are able to be made that normally wouldn't be made cheaply or
Ah,
cheap enough to use. So there's a ton of innovation in
interesting.
how plant matter is being extracted that allows new plants to be combined that normally would have made a shampoo cost
Ah,
$500.
I see.
So there's
Yeah.
that aspect. And then there's also like performance aspects. And then there's also uh, everything from the stability agents in the products to trends. There's a lot of clean beauty trends that have
Yeah.
made formulating a really good ingredient that is safe, but maybe has not a negative outlook, but maybe the Yucca app doesn't value it the way that a chemist values it.
Got it.
And so there's all these upgrades that happen. One of the biggest ones I had was my initial formula was they used plant matter that was very like It was ground up and it was small, but it wasn't as small as you could make it. And so it
Hmm.
made my shampoo a brown, muddy shampoo.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it. Yeah.
Now you're a woman and you know that if you have a brown, muddy shampoo, you're probably not going to use it if your hair is discolored,
Yeah.
especially if you're a blonde or anybody
Yeah.
that has any kind of gray or white.
Okay.
So it was predominantly a male shampoo, though we didn't sell to women. So, but that technology of formulation, one of the big breakthroughs was how to get plant matter in a more clear state so
Wow.
you could put it into a product. So there's all these like breakthroughs that happen, and
Yeah.
then all of a sudden a new product launches. And we haven't launched any of our shampoos. We have a shampoo that we launched that has like an anti-graying and anti-inflammation effect,
Oh, wow.
but we don't have any kind of new shedding shampoos yet. But we've been working on it for like I would say 5 or 6 years is the last upgrade we've
Okay.
had. So we're working right now on some really interesting things.
That is interesting and things that a general consumer or even pro would never think about.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
And you were asking about the fusion of beauty. I created that tagline because typically a beauty product is like there's a cosmetic aspect to that product. Hey, I want to make a facial cream
Mhm.
that helps my skin feel better or smell better or look better. And then you've got the actual functional chemistry of like these molecules are really hard to incorporate into a beauty product.
Okay.
And so that's where our tagline came from, by the way. You were asking me earlier
Yeah, I
about
love that.
combination.
So talk to us a little bit about the plant-powered hair products and
Oh,
how
yeah.
they
Yeah.
really help with optimal scalp and hair health and the
Okay.
different lines that you have. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have three different main lines right now on Zenagen. There's a hair loss, hair shedding focused line that is called Zenagen Revolve.
Okay.
And it is around the concept that the scalp has a lot of different factors that can cause shedding and hair loss. There are external factors, there are internal factors, there are genetics, there are a lot of different things. And what we found is if you can have a scalp environment that is as minimally irritated as possible,
Okay.
okay, generally, that's like a high level phrase. But if you can have a scalp that is like constantly being cleaned. You can think of it like a face wash that cleans your
Yeah.
skin but leaves the oils in the right way.
Hmm.
That is what we feel is the best way to target hair shedding and hair thinning. Okay.
Huh.
So all of our products are developed to like try to optimize the scalp conditions, remove the oils and some of the sebum that can contain things like DHT, which is a hormone that is actually in the oil on your scalp. But you don't
Hmm.
want to strip all that oil out because then it makes your scalp very dry. So we have
Okay.
these kind of different plant molecules that achieve these scalp optimizing things. And we have it in a shampoo. The shampoo is our number one seller because it's like a treatment shampoo.
Okay.
You leave it on the scalp for 5 minutes. In that 5 minutes, it optimizes the scalp. And then you rinse it out. And then you can use our conditioner in the Revolve line. And that helps reduce some of the breakage and thinning
Okay.
aspects of the structure of the hair. And we also have a serum that's really highly rated for women to add to the regimen or be a standalone serum. It's got a similar optimizing system, but it's a water-based system, so it
Okay.
disappears. So you don't have any residue,
Yeah.
and you can use it, at night or during the day. And all of those go through all these different trials to get to one standalone product group. And so that's the hair loss one. That's probably the
Okay.
most popular. That's the number one selling section of our business in the salons.
Okay.
The men and women's shampoos are developed differently because women have a different scalp, basically conditions as men, and so there's a
Huh.
difference in some of the plants and the percentages of plants we use in the two. But then we also have a line that's for breakage of hair. So like think of hair that is being over processed. It's not
Ah.
falling out, but it's breaking. That's called Evolve. It uses amino acids that are plant derived to be able to help reduce breakage. And then we have a line that's called Zenagen Eclipse. And that is like, think of a spa anti-inflammatory treatment of your body, something that you would use for like Just inflammation, like a natural anti-inflammatory.
Yeah.
That is what it is. It's like a natural plant-based collection of molecules that are very good at scalp and skin. And what it's shown over time, and there's a molecule in it that we license, that there's actually improvement of the pigment in the hair. So the pigment starts coming back into the
Huh.
hair, which is a sign of anti-aging. Like if you look at mice trials, you'll find that mice that are very extremely aged have white or gray hair much earlier than a mouse that doesn't have a lot of uh, stress and inflammation going in the body. The same
Huh.
thing happens in humans. So
Yeah.
think of it as like it's like a very luxurious spa-like scalp treatment, if you can
Okay.
imagine that.
Yeah. Amazing. Why plant powered?
So I looked at different ways to target scalp issues back in the day, and I was all really into the medical chemistry aspect. So I was looking at drugs to do different things for skin, and I saw some breakthroughs in how plant molecules can be extracted and isolated. And
Huh.
this was like 15 years ago. And
Yeah.
they actually found a plant molecule that was as good as a drug for cancer. And they tested it, and it did the same net benefit as this drug. And it was from
Wow.
a green tea plant. And the drug that they were as good as cost $400,000, and this green tea drug was 40,000. So there was
Yeah.
like it was cheaper and much better at treating
Wow.
this cancer, and it blew me away. I couldn't believe that plants did that. So it completely shifted my focus to how can I really extract plant matter? Can I use different extraction methods to get a higher yield? Are there ways to combine it in different phases to make more of it concentrated? So our big focus and most of our business is actually in the R&D. The
Okay.
brands
Yeah.
are on the as a result of the R&D. So we are constantly looking at plants, different parts of plants. Like the roots have a different chemical composition than the stem, which has a different composition than the fruit, which has a different composition than the
Wow.
leaves. And so, and what part of the leaf is really high in this? And oh, is it a small young plant that has a lot of phytonutrients, which they usually are? That's great, but then you have to have a lot of small plants, so it makes it very hard to manufacture. So
Yeah.
there's a whole lot of stuff that we do that is kind of behind our brand, and we don't talk a lot about it. I mean, we're sold mostly. We're in about 30,000 salons. So
Okay.
Zenagen is in 30,000 salons. It's in a few countries, and we have really not spent any money on marketing or advertising, or most of our awareness comes from our distributors and then people that actually use our products. And then they are like, they're on it for sometimes ever because it's the only thing they
Yeah.
found, or they recommend it after they're done with it. Oh my gosh, this is the best thing. We have a lot of good reviews, which I'm sure a lot of brands say, but all of ours are unsolicited. We don't have any kind of outbound approach to it. And so the
Wow.
plant-based is kind of what halos
Yeah.
with our business, I think.
Yeah. What is the most, I guess said differently, what ingredients from nature are most prevalent kind of across the board in some of your products?
So we have a couple different ways that we look at plants, but the green tea
Yeah.
plant
Okay.
and the different, so there's a lot of different, I'm not going to get super dork, like super in the weeds here, but there are a lot of different plant species. And what we're finding
Huh.
is there's growing conditions that you can make almost like mutant plants. It's
Okay.
very weird right now. So you can imagine, like, remember Dolly the sheep back in
Yeah.
the day, the cloned sheep?
Yes.
Well,
Uh-huh.
you can do that in plants with AI now in ways that
Come
make
on.
an unbelievable amount of different species or subspecies. And so part of what we're doing is we take a green tea plant, for example. where is it going to grow really well under these conditions? The soil that plants grow out of is also super critical.
Okay.
Like in our world, we're not in the supplement world for hair loss,
Mm-hmm.
but there are some supplement companies and their ingredients are extracted from some plant matter, but the plant matter is grown in really bad soil with a lot of heavy metals, and that gets into the plant matter. So some of these,
Wow.
yeah, so there's a whole lot of there's
Whoa.
a lot of science behind the plant-based type stuff that we do. But the green tea is a
Okay.
big molecule in our hair loss line. There's a molecule that's from a saw palmetto, also known as Serena repens, that's really good for like shedding and hair scalp. But honestly, if there's I don't have a rosacea product. I'm not a skincare product company, but I have some plant-based molecules that are amazing at rosacea reduction that we've developed. So there's a lot of different,
Wow.
I guess, plants, but we try to find ones that can be sustainably grown, um,
Yeah.
and then also that can be used in matters. Usually, even like recycling plants is something we look at. Like grape growers, they throw away the grape skins when they're done,
Mm-hmm.
and you can actually extract a lot of great benefits out of grape seed skins. And they'll give them to you for free. You just have to be able to process them right. So
This is crazy. This
yeah.
is so cool. I love it. How do you actually extract the ingredients from a green tea plant? Like,
So
let's get
so
nerdy on
so
that.
think of it like you've got a weed in your yard. We'll just
Yeah.
pretend that is like a green tea plant.
Okay.
You can do it depending on what you're trying to get out of it. So if you find that there's molecule, like for example, the least nutritious part of a plant is going to be the roots
Okay.
generally,
Huh.
sometimes the stalk. But think of like them as big highways going
Okay.
into smaller roads, going into, the leaves have the tiniest amount of little pathways in it, which means there's a lot of small components in sometimes leaves. Sometimes we're looking at the fruiting part of it. Like I have
Okay.
another brand that has a very strong molecule that's from a fruit bearing part of a plant. But let's just pretend you have a weed and it's a green tea plant. And let's
Okay.
just say for this green tea plant, we're not looking for anything very, very specific, and we can use most of the leaves. But we
Okay.
don't want super large leaves, but generally, 80% of leaves.
Okay.
So they would process and they would cut the leaves off of this. And sometimes what they'll do is they'll try to spray pesticides over this to kill the leaves, which you don't want to do for a variety of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But so you have to like find the farming conditions if you're going to do this that are really what I would say good for humans. And so you cut the plant down and you cut the leaves. Now the leaves dry up,
Okay.
ideally not with pesticides, but if it is, so it dries up over 7 days. You
Okay.
leave it on your porch and you live in Arizona and it shrivels up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now you can take it and you can chop it up and
Okay.
then you can then grind it up and then you can super saturate that to then and you can put it in a bunch of different stuff. So you can put it in water and you could heat up the water and make a tea derived, and then you could take the compost matter and you could remove it and now you've got a tea of
Okay.
liquid.
I
uh,
see.
but if you wanted to take out a certain component, you would want to try to get as much surface area on it as you can, so you grind it down very small, and then you would put it in some kind of solvent that lifts out what you're looking for, and then you would try to bring out that matter from the solvent back out. So there's like, depending on how nitty gritty you need to go on something, because there may be like in a plant, there's probably only 2% of it that's probably good for
Wow.
a really powerful beauty product. Yeah.
Okay.
So the yield on that's why the genus and species is so important. And this
Yeah.
is this is one of our biggest advantages, that the multinationals like, the Henkels and the L'Oreals and the Unilever, I've talked to their IP people, they know who we are and they are always the most blown away about our
Yeah.
formulation strategy before it gets into the bottle. Because, they're looking to save money on a product generally and make it at high scale.
Right.
And, one of the things that we have to do is like we need high performance and hopefully high scale. And we found
Right.
that sometimes we find plants that are really, really good, like amazing ingredient, and there'll be a horrible crop shortage
Mm. Mm-hmm.
and it'll blow away the yield. And we'll think, oh, that won't really matter for us. And sure enough, it delays things, 6 months sometimes.
Yeah. This is so fascinating. Is it just you researching all this? Do you have a team? Like, how are you staying ahead of this and like reformulating?
So I formulate all the products, and I lead the research. We have two labs, and
Oh my gosh.
we have an amazing formulator, both here and in Dallas,
Okay.
and actually my manufacturing partner, uh, he is the formulator behind Aveda from product number
Ah,
2 all the way through
all right.
Estee Lauder.
Wow.
So uh, there's a combination, and they've got their own lab. So I have, I guess, 3 different labs
Okay.
that, but I direct all the research, and I'm the one. And we also create our molecules with different manufacturers. So we have the molecule side, and then we can incorporate those molecules into our formulas. We don't license any of our tech.
Okay.
Um, but we're about to expand internationally with some high level manufacturing. So we'll be exporting molecules into different regions of the world and then manufacturing them in different ways. And our process is one step more than a normal shampoo. For example, there's a pre-development process for all the molecules that have to then be incorporated into a cosmetic. So
Huh.
it's an extra step along the way. So it's very complicated.
Yeah.
I oversee all the formulation yeah, since I started it. So
Incredible. Will you ever license your tech?
I don't I don't I don't have the time to try to chase down
Okay.
the because you can license it, and then is it going to be successful? Is it
Right.
gonna be big enough to worry about all the stuff? And we have a lot of tech that I haven't launched, and we don't launch a lot of products a year. In fact, we're
Wow.
launching some next year, but it'll be the first time in about 18 months we've launched anything.
Wow.
So it's not like we're out there just throwing technology out in the wind. I've
Yeah.
looked at a couple different licensing things that I thought were interesting, but I haven't done anything yet.
Yeah. An interesting play because I'm sure people would love to get a hold of your technology and your
Yeah.
formulations.
Yeah. There was
Like the
some
big guys,
there've
right?
been a lot of requests for it.
I'm sure.
So
Um, are there any real life client stories that are memorable to you that you're like, this product that I have created and developed and refined has done X for this person?
yeah, I started my company. I had no intention of ever creating a product. Okay,
Wow.
so like I had no intention of doing any kind of beauty branding. Um, I've been the customer since day one. I'm always blown away by somebody using my product. But I remember I was at the beach once and somebody was there with their mom, and it was somebody I knew but hadn't seen in 10 years. And their mom was from like Oregon or somewhere, and she was a raving fan. And I couldn't believe
Oh, wow.
like this woman that had a connection. So that was like the first kind of like, this is amazing, I
Yeah.
guess. And then last year we had our education summit in Texas, and I had a flight to another training, and I was wearing a Zenagen shirt through the
Yeah.
airport. I don't really wear branded stuff all the time, but I just happened to leave the education, so
Uh-huh.
I'm branded up, and I'm on a flight, and I'm sitting there and I'm eating like a pretzel, and some lady comes up to me and it's like, I love Xenogen. And I was like, oh really? That's awesome. And she's like, it no, for real. It made my ponytail go from like, she made like the size, and she broke out in like a 2-minute speech about how great Xenogen is. And I'm sure she thought, like she didn't even know I guess I said I was with them. And
Yeah.
I go, well, that's really nice. I'm really glad to hear that. Um, I formulated that. So that's awesome to hear. And she couldn't believe it. And then she goes in line, and I'm about to board the same plane. So like I'm about to walk right by them, and she's talking to people. And then I walk in the line, and two other people in line
Come on.
didn't know each other, used Zenagen, and were like so thankful for it. And I was like, this is the weirdest thing I've
That's
ever had
awesome.
happen. I mean, so it's stuff like that that blows me
Yeah.
away. I'll go around, I travel a lot. I'll stop in a city and I'll see the product in a salon that I have no idea about.
Yeah.
We have a lot of distributors that go and they sell to the pro salon. So we're not as, it's not like I know every customer all the time. So it's always nice to see the product. Every once
Yeah,
in a
that's great.
while, we've had some celebrities that
Okay.
were like shocking,
Yeah.
that wanted our stuff. And so we're like, yeah, sure. You know,
That's incredible. I love that. It was like a little Zenagen party at the airport.
yeah, it was wild.
Did they want to get a picture with you too?
No, 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 no. No, they were just they were like very complimentary about it. And
That's
it was
great.
pretty interesting. So,
I love that.
yeah.
What is one misconception that people have about hair loss that you're like, we got to get this right, get this straight?
The no washing your hair, which has become a big TikTok trend, but I think it's been there for a long time. Your scalp is no different than your face in terms of
Mm,
oils and things secreted.
yeah,
In fact, your scalp is actually harder to keep clean because the hair weighs down anything that
interesting.
normally would fall off your face. So you wash your face twice a day,
Mm.
probably. I mean, if you're, you
Oh,
know,
I've got we got
yeah.
the whole lineup.
Yeah, and that's smart because what you're doing is it's just like if you have a nice car with nice leather, there's a leather you want to keep that leather properly
Yeah.
moisturized and or it ruins. Your skin is no different.
Yep.
And so a good cleansing strategy for your scalp and your hair. We're not talking a detox shampoo. Like, be intentional with your type of scalp and hair. And if you have dry hair, get a really light cleansing shampoo or some kind of medium level body wash that's really good for you, like a biome friendly wash.
Hmm.
Because if you can clean your scalp regularly, you're removing some of the factors that does cause shedding to increase. You're actually improving the anti-aging aspects of your cells, which are naturally there, are stimulated by scalp massage,
Huh.
which,
Uh-huh.
washing your hair you can do. So I would say that's the biggest misconception is like there shouldn't be dirty. Your hair and scalp do not benefit from being dirty and full
Yeah.
of oils, and it's not going to help your hair in the long run.
Yeah.
Now, you don't want to be washing your hair twice a day with a really harsh surfactant, but I think the washing of the hair is probably the number one myth
Okay.
that I
Wonderful.
hear all the time.
And you would use your products to wash, obviously,
Yeah, yeah, it's a
correct? Yeah, yeah.
cleansing treatment. Yeah, so I invented it to be as easy to use as possible. Again, I'm a guy. I don't want multiple steps. I don't want it to be hard. I don't need to have four different things I have to do every day. I
Yeah.
was like, I want a caveman proof shampoo treatment
Yeah.
it helps my shedding and my scalp. So it's a shampoo treatment. It cleanses the scalp. You leave it on for 5 minutes. You massage it in if you want the best results, and you just rinse it off.
Okay.
And you use it again every other day or every 2 days. So
Okay.
you don't have to use it. It's not like if you don't use it the next day, your hair is going to be falling out or anything. So
Okay. Got it.
yeah,
This is great. This is great. Okay, what is next for the brand? The next you said you're launching another product in next year, but talk to me about 1 to 3 years out.
yeah. So I'm really excited because I partnered with a group of beauty I guess investors,
Okay.
but now they're partners now, and they're based out of Europe,
Okay.
and they are some of the best people you could ever imagine in the global beauty space. as well as the digital beauty space, as
Okay.
well as even Latin America, different markets. So the next 4 years, the brand is going to go through a rapid expansion that is gonna it's gonna be territory by territory,
Okay.
but we're in the process of launching a lot of different international aspects, both on the manufacturing side, which will unlock a lot of abilities to distribute
Yeah.
effectively. And we've really been working hard at doing this. My partners are very, very good at what they do, and I'm happy that we're doing it. So,
Amazing.
yeah,
This has been so fun, so cool to tap into your brain
thanks.
and to just learn about the science behind this because again, I think some of the big guys or even other small guys are just slapping a hair thinning and loss
Oh, yeah.
solution on a bottle and not going into any depth on it.
Yeah, and we're like narrow. Like Zenagen is a fine thinning hair shedding type brand. So it's not like we're going to be making all these different products for different
Yeah.
people. It's like we have styling products that are very good for fine and thinning hair. We're very
Mm.
specific to it. And I find the larger groups, they'll come out with a product in the category, but the science and the focus of
Yeah.
everything, and also just the effectiveness a lot of times isn't necessarily always there, which,
Yeah.
we stand behind. So.
Where can people find Zenagen, both from a consumer and a pro perspective?
Yeah, so we have Zenagen.com. We have distributors across the US and Canada, soon other countries.
Okay.
We're on Amazon Professional Beauty as well. But those are the three main places. We really want the salons that carry our products. Sometimes they have web stores too. You can buy their
Mm.
stuff from there. But we have about 25,000 salons, 30,000 that carry Zenagen, and if they're carrying it, they also usually we have a thinning hair certification that we do,
Okay.
and
Yep.
so there's a good chance if a salon is carrying it, they can really go help you understand just some general aspects of hair shedding and thinning, things that you may not think about, which is really what we do. We go and train salons to be more of a thinning hair specialist within the salon.
Okay.
So
Yep.
they get a real loyal clientele when they help people out.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
yeah,
All right. We're going to wrap it up with our tease quick takes.
okay,
If you're ready, I'm going to just
yeah, yeah,
let it go. Okay. What
yeah.
is your go-to song, playlist, or podcast to listen to when you're like in the zone and working?
I like to listen to EDM and Rufus Du Sol.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right. All right. What is a bucket list item that you want to check off in the next 6 months?
6 months. I don't. That's not a long enough time, but I would
Okay.
say a bucket list item in 6 months would be to be able to leave for a month without
Okay.
having work
Yeah.
be solely my responsibility.
All right. Business running itself. Yes, we love
Yeah,
that.
business running
Love
itself.
that.
6 months, business running itself.
We're going to put it out there. We're going to
Yeah.
manifest it. It's going to
Yeah,
happen.
okay, we'll see.
All right. What is a current social media trend that you just don't understand?
The social media trend I don't understand is people hurting themselves trying to pose on a block or some kind of
Yes, I
object
do.
is the big one right now. It seems
Indeed, it
very
is.
it seems very, very dangerous for ligaments, everything. So, and a
It
lot of people
does.
that shouldn't be trying to do that because they don't work out. So
Yeah.
don't do that because that's very hard to do. Like,
It's very hard to do. You're not going to go stand on a Zenagen bottle now, are
no,
you?
no, it's banned in our office.
Love it. Okay, if you could have an unlimited supply of one thing for the rest of your life, what would you pick?
Assuming like air and all that is there.
Air's there. You got the
Okay.
basics covered.
Okay, I got the basics covered. All right. Um, I'd say the one thing I would like for the rest of my life,
Yeah.
I would say good weather.
Okay. We're putting that out there too. Where are
Yeah.
you? You're based in Texas. We're at in Texas.
I'm in Nashville actually.
Oh,
So
you're in Nashville.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
lovely.
our headquarters is in Nashville.
All right, got it. Love
Yeah,
that.
good weather.
Good weather. All right. Well, thank you so much. This has
Okay.
been so fun. Great getting to know you. And we are here to spread the word about Zenagen. So thank you for your time.
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay, Jeff, from medical school to formulating these products and really, really solving hair loss on a variety of spectrums and scales. I mean, I started using Zenagen, and I can say that in the last 3, 4, 5 weeks, I've got sprouties, and I'm super happy about it.
Love it.
And I just think I could have talked to Jared, obviously, for like many more hours because
got the
the
sense of that.
science behind it. I mean, even breaking down how each plant has different, I don't even know how to say it, stuff that you put together and formulate. He is absolutely brilliant. And I would encourage everyone to go to Zenagen.com. How's that? All right. Be sure to hit subscribe, rate, and review, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at Read the Tease, and send in questions to volumeup@thetease.com.
Including your thoughts on Zara hair.
Yeah.
Volume Ups is a Tease Media production. This episode was produced by Monica Hickey and Madeline Hickey. James Arbaje is our editor and audio engineer. Thank you to the creative team for the custom Volume Up theme song and for putting together the graphics and videos for this episode.